What's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Bob. I wanted to formally introduce you to our new chiropractic associate that you've been seeing around the office. He is a lifelong Fairview resident. He graduated from Lutheran West, where he was the star kicker and place kicker and punter. He also played football at Hillsdale College in Michigan and a former New York Jet, so you got to add that to the resume. Dr. Mark Petro, but he has a really cool story about how chiropractic helped him a lot. So I wanted to hear him tell you directly.
So my chiropractic story started with football. Playing in college and the NFL, we had chiropractor on staff for both of those teams, and so I was used to the typical neck, low back pain, and sports-related injuries. And about a year into chiropractic school, I came down with some awful neurological type symptoms, different issues with vision, lightheadedness, some balance issues, just some things that came out of nowhere that I had never experienced before. And so I went to Emory University in Atlanta to see a cardiologist, had some heart palpitations going on as well, and then I went to a neurologist at the Cleveland Clinic. And unfortunately, just nobody could give me any answers, and the direction they were taking I just wasn't a fan of, and I didn't think that it was going to address my issues at all. And then by the grace of God, I was able to find out that I had all this wonderful treatment at my fingertips at school, and that chiropractic can help with so much more than just neck pain, low back pain, those type of issues. And so I went back down to school and began treatment in a few different ways, and about 6 months later got me right back on my feet, back where I needed to be, with just a new inspiration for what I could do with the profession that I fell in love with. And so I'm very excited to bring that back to the people in this community where is my home.
So when you had all those tests done, Cleveland Clinic, neurologist, did they have any treatment options for you or any explanation of what's going on?
No. Cardiologist maybe gave me the best explanation, and he gave me an explanation involving cranial nerves in the brain. So they didn't have any direction of where to go, and then the neurologist just wanted to throw some medicine at it that wasn't going to address these issues at all, and I've never been on any sort of medications like that. So I just didn't like the direction that it was headed, and luckily was able to find out that there were other options with chiropractic that I could pursue.
And you didn't even realize you were in school for chiropractic. And
Yes.
You didn't realize the power of chiropractic in the whole body.
Which is wild, but also
It's
is
common.
which is just a great way for me to have that inspiration and be so passionate about what I do now, is to have that story, because I wasn't directed to it right at the beginning, and I searched every other avenue before I ended up finding that for treatment. So,
And now you do a technique that's completely different than most of what you think with chiropractic, with cracking and popping in the spine. Explain what your technique is.
So my technique, it's a really new technique, and luckily it was available while I was down there going through all this, and it's called torque release technique. It's an instrument adjusting technique similar to an activator that's very typical in a lot of chiropractic offices, except it adds a couple new dimensions and a different protocol for examining and determining where adjustments need to be made. It's a very objective technique, but it's very gentle, but very specific. And so over that period of 6 months, it got me through some of the craziest sensations I've ever felt, as far as neurologically and different heart palpitations, those kind of things. And so it's a very powerful technique, but shares the same goal as Dr. Bob and I. And so even though we use different venues, and there's a lot of chiropractors out there that use a lot of different techniques, we all have the same goal in mind.
Awesome. So if you guys see Dr. Mark around, please introduce yourself to him, say hello. If you know of anybody who is absolutely terrified of having their neck cracked, talk to him and possibly give a referral, because no matter how it works, chiropractic works, and we want to help as many people as we can in our community. Talk to you soon.